You know, one of the things that I noticed on your website is you had a specific saying is that we are what we do, and excellence then is not an act but a habit.
Yes.
What is that? When it's on your website, it has to mean something to you, right?
Yes.
What does that saying mean to you, that quote? What does that really, what does that mean to the audience?
So, the name of my company is Repeated Excellence,
Yes.
and that's because I want people to be excellent.
Okay.
And the best way for us to be excellent is to have repeatable behaviors, that we do things over and over and over again in order to be excellent. If you think about sports stars, athletes, they become excellent by doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's why, big football players in college, they go off to be NFL players,
Yes.
and they are big stars because they do things over and over. And so one of the reasons why I love that quote is because it speaks to what I stand on, the foundation of my business. That this is about me helping people to repeat their behaviors over and over again so that they can be excellent.
Yeah, and I love that. One of the things that I often have conversation with other people who are in our industry, right, whether that's sales enablement, sales effectiveness, business leaders, is that for a long time we know and we've acknowledged that the way to get better at something is to repeat it, right? Put those muscles into use, right? It's muscle memory then. Why do you think organizations struggle to repeat what they want to get excellent at, right? To use your football analogy, it's great to know that you have to block in a certain way or run a certain route. Why is there still a gap in between knowing that and being able to do it so that you can become proficient in a specific area?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one thing that I talk about all the time. And if anyone's watching who's already seen me train before, you've heard this before. But so I started to do some research, a lot of research on the brain and how does the brain operate. And one of the things that I found was that about 40% of the time, our brain is actually on autopilot.
Yes.
That's why it's so difficult for us to change. If you have a morning routine, do you have a morning routine?
I do. So my morning routine, I'm not going to reveal what time I start because it's not fun. But my morning routine is get up, do the normal essentials to get ready, take my dog out for a walk, and then I do about 45 minutes of training with him every morning. And then I come back in, do a little bit of social media, get myself up and running for the day, checking emails, responding back to customers that might be in different time zones. And then I go downstairs, feed the dog, and get the rest of the house running. So that's kind of like my thing, my routine.
Yeah.
And I don't like being out of routine.
Of course not. And that's something that you do probably every single day. You don't even think about it,
That's
right?
Yes.
And that's what habits are. We get into this routine of doing the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
And whenever you get out of that routine, it probably feels very uncomfortable for you,
Yes.
right? If anything changes within your day, then you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable. I learned that our brain is a little bit lazy. It actually is okay with doing the same thing and not changing something.
Okay.
That's why when people try to lose weight, it's a little bit difficult for them because your brain is okay with you picking up that chocolate chip cookie. It's easier. Your brain goes for whatever is easiest, and that's why you have to do some things pretty drastic sometimes in order to lose weight. It's the same thing within an organization. If our brain is about 40% on autopilot, that means that it's not that we don't want to do it, we just don't know how to do it because we may not recognize that this is my brain saying that, oh, no, we want to go to what's easiest.
Okay.
People don't like to step outside of their comfort zone.
Very true.
And when you start to think a little bit differently, that's stepping outside of your comfort zone, but a lot of times you don't know exactly what to do. So we can blame some of that on our brains.
Okay.